Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to another JRSO assembly. The JRSOs and I are going to talk to you a little bit about road safety this afternoon and how to cross the road safely. Now, you will have noticed, especially if you were in year 2, that the weather changed quite dramatically at the end of last week. And it got me thinking, does the weather change how we should be acting when we're walking near or around roads? So maybe just pause this video for a moment and have a little discussion with your teachers. Is it different? Is the way we cross the road different if it's pouring with rain to if it's brilliant sunshine? Are there different things that we should do there? What do you think? Well, I think that it's really important to make sure you're being sensible and safe around roads all the time, but maybe even more so when it's wet weather, because maybe the pavements and the roads are a little bit more slippy, visibility is a little bit lower, which means that we all have got to be on the lookout for any extra hazards that might present themselves during bad weather. So I'm going to pass over to the JRSOs in a second, and they are going to give you some true or false statements. They're going to ask you some questions, and you need to decide whether they are true or whether they are false. And you might want to have a little discussion with your class about why you think that is. So over to the JRSOs.
Hi, I'm Ella.
I'm Beth.
And we're the JRSOs. Today we're going to teach you how to cross the road safely.
Pause the video and tell your teachers what you already know.
Is there a right and wrong way to cross the road?
We are now going to play a little game. We call it right or wrong.
We'll say a statement and you have to say whether it's true or false. Statement 1. It's safe to cross the road when listening to music on your phone.
It is false. You will not be able to hear or see anything around you. Statement 2. Is it safe to cross in between parked cars? True or false?
The answer is false. It's not safe to cross between two parked cars. And the last statement is it's safe to cross on a zebra crossing.
It is true.
Well done if you got any of those questions correct. Now we're going to go out on the road and show you how to cross the road. As you can see, we're on the road outside Colden Common. We're going to demonstrate to you how to cross the road safely.
Tell your teachers about what you think is safe about what we're doing.
Now, I'm sure pretty much all of you recognised where the JRSOs were crossing the road a moment ago, just outside of our round playground. And I would like you to maybe re-watch that part of the video, and I want you to pay special attention to the things you think they are doing. Whilst they're crossing the road, they're not just strolling straight up to the road and walking straight across, having a chat. They're doing some really specific things that make sure they are being safe. So re-watch that bit of the video and see if you can pick out what some of those things are. And is there anything missing, I wonder? Is there anything you think, oh, they should be doing that they're not already doing? What do you think? When you've done that, you can skip past this bit to the next bit, and they're going to talk about what exactly it is that they did.
As you can see, we found a safe place to cross.
And we're wearing bright jackets so cars can see us when we're crossing. We looked left and right.
And we listened about the car.
Then we crossed whilst looking left and right still. Hopefully that's how you cross at home.
Now, did you manage to get all of those things that they talked about? Hopefully you did. you'll notice that they didn't just look left and right once. They looked left and right more than once. And sometimes on the road in front of you when you're crossing, it tells you which direction that you need to look in because cars are coming in different directions on different roads. But it's really important that you make sure you look both ways more than once as you cross the road. Anything missing? Did anyone notice anything missing? I think the thing for me that is missing from when the JROs were crossing the road was a trustworthy adult. Now, lots of you in this school are under the age of 10, which means that you should probably have a sensible adult with you that will help you find a sensible and safe place to cross the road. So have a think to yourself now, who is that sensible adult that you might have at home when you're out and about who will help you cross the road safely? Think about that to yourself. You'll notice that they were wearing brightly coloured clothes as well, even more important when it's night time. Is there anything else you think is important to change as the light changes? So as it gets darker in the evenings or in the mornings, is there anything else about crossing the road that you can use to help you, or maybe use to keep an eye out to make sure you avoid any of those hazards? Yet again, pause the video and see if you can think of any of those with your teacher and your class. Did you get anything? Hopefully you got that it was even more important to be bright and be seen. And you've got some bright clothes like this very attractive luminous cone hat that you might see me out and about wearing at night. Really important at night to make sure you're bright so that cars can see you, which is why some school bags and clothing has reflective material on it, so that car headlights, when they shine on it, it lights you up like a brilliant star in the sky, so that you are easily seen. You might also have said that using car headlights could be to your advantage. So as well as being able to listen and hear vehicles approaching, you may also be able to see headlights coming before you hear the car. So again, really important to make sure you look for those things. We are really lucky at our school, and we have some really safe places to cross as you go around our school grounds. And we also have some zigzaggy yellow lines outside of our front gate. I'm going to show you what they look like now, and have a think. What are they for? What do they mean? There's a big banner that hopefully gives you a hint if you're walking past the front of the school. But what do you think these lines mean? Now, hopefully you said that those zigzag lines mean that it's safe, unsafe, I should say, to park in front of our school. And that would be exactly right. It is not safe for your grown-ups to park their cars in front of our school gate because there are lots of children and adults walking around and crossing there. So if your adult goes to park there, you can remind them those zigzag lines means that we shouldn't be parking there, which means hopefully there's a little bit less traffic around our school. You'll hopefully have noticed the banner that says, even if you're really late, please don't park near our gate. That was Grace who managed to win her slogan on that banner there. So well done, Grace.
Here are a few things that you should not do whilst crossing the road.
Don't stand too near to the road.
And make sure you have a clear view of where you're crossing.
If you drop something, wait till the road is clear to go retrieve it. Now we're going to give you some top tips.
My number one top tip is to make sure you're not playing on your phone or listening to music whilst crossing the road.
One of my top tips is to cross the road with an adult if you're under the age of 10 years.
But the most important rule of all is to not cross at a corner. Your teachers are going to show you a video about why you shouldn't cross in a corner.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
I'm coming to the end of our assembly now. I have sent your teachers a couple of links. They're going to show you a couple of videos. One of them is to a Green Cross Code song, which you may have seen before, but it was around even when I was a child and at junior school, and it really stuck in my memory and helped me make sure I learned to be safe whilst I was crossing the road. So hopefully it will help you guys as well. And when you've watched those, I want you to think about one thing that you might be doing differently now after this assembly to make sure that you are being really safe as you cross the road. If you think you're already being really safe, think about one thing that you definitely know is really safe that you are going to keep on doing. So that we know that everyone in our Colden Common School family is going to be looking out for each other and keeping each other safe on the roads. So have a lovely week, and if you see me around school, make sure you tell me what it is that you're doing to be safe on the road. Bye bye everyone.